Hello and welcome to Sound of Sport TV. We're live 24/7, 7 days a week bringing you the latest sports news, highlights, and sporty music, tracks, and videos. Our team of human and AI anchors are here to keep you updated on all the action, from football to basketball, and everything in between. Enjoy the show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're diving into that Arsenal match, the one against West Ham.
Yeah.
Lots to unpack there, especially that whole situation with Gabriel, the defender, potentially injured, right? We've got a few articles to help us break this down.
Okay.
One from the Manchester Evening News, one from the Daily Star, and then a really detailed report from Sportsmall.
All right, sounds good.
So let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Starting with Sportsmall, what did you take away from their report?
Well, they really went step by step through that whole incident with Gabriel.
Okay.
It starts out great, actually.
Yeah.
Like only 10 minutes into the match, he scores.
Oh, wow. Early goal.
Header from a corner kick by Saka.
So things looking good for Arsenal at that point.
Yeah, you'd think so, right?
And things get a bit
Yeah, a little dicey.
later in that same half, another corner kick.
Same setup. Gabriel goes up for the header again, but
this time,
he collides with West Ham's goalkeeper, Fabianski.
ooh, nasty.
Yeah, and a penalty's awarded to Arsenal, but it's like everyone's just worried about Gabriel.
Right. Yeah, you can sense that in the article. Like the whole mood in the stadium just changes.
Totally. And I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
This wasn't just any game.
Huge.
Just days before Arsenal is set to play Manchester United.
Right.
So yeah, high stakes. The Manchester Evening News really honed in on what this injury could mean for Arsenal.
And they're not pulling any punches.
No, they even bring up the possibility of a concussion,
Oh, wow.
given how he and Fabianski clashed heads.
Right.
Now, Gabriel did come back on the pitch after the game, to applaud the fans, but
But that doesn't really tell us much.
right, no confirmation yet on if he'll actually be ready to play against Manchester United.
Okay, so 2 articles in, and both are fixated on this injury.
Yeah,
Then we have the Daily Star, and they go in a totally different direction.
like completely different.
Yeah, they're all about the penalties in this game. Specifically, that one involving Gabriel and Fabianski. And they actually include the Premier League's official statement on the incident,
So what'd they say?
confirming that the ref made the right call, that it was a penalty.
I see.
They say, quote, "The referee's call of penalty for a reckless challenge by Fabianski on Gabriel was checked and confirmed by VAR."
Oh, okay.
So pretty clear cut there, but here's what's interesting.
What's that?
The Daily Star, they don't say anything about Gabriel getting injured.
Interesting.
Not a word. It's almost like they watched a totally different game.
Like, huh? Are we missing something here?
It's kind of like that, yeah.
Makes you think.
That's what I love about these deep dives.
Yeah.
We're putting together these different pieces of information, right, from different sources,
Yeah.
and trying to get to the truth.
And maybe reading between the lines a little bit.
Exactly, trying to understand the whole picture.
Yeah, I'm into that. But hold on.
Yeah.
Before we go too far down the speculation rabbit hole,
Yeah.
maybe we should back up a bit and just talk about the match itself.
Okay, good point.
I thought the Sportsmall report did a really good job of describing the game. All the back and forth action,
Yeah.
especially that first half. Crazy.
Wild.
7 goals, all before halftime.
Chaos.
Talk about a roller coaster.
You ever gotta wonder, like, did anyone even have time to breathe during that first half?
Seriously, it actually tied a Premier League record.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize that.
Most goals in a first half.
Huh.
Only the 4th time that's ever happened.
That's incredible. So, beyond just the scores, what really stood out to you?
I think it really showcased Arsenal's offensive power this season.
Oh, yeah, they were relentless.
Yeah, they just kept coming at West Ham. And, Saka, man,
He was on fire.
oh, he was incredible. 1 goal, 2 assists.
3 of Arsenal's 5 goals he was directly involved in. But,
Yeah.
it's hard to celebrate too much with this injury cloud hanging over Gabriel.
Oh, yeah. It definitely puts a damper on things.
Yeah, I mean, losing a player like that right before a match against Manchester United,
Could be a real blow.
it makes you wonder, how much should fans actually buy into these early reports?
Right.
We have one saying it's really bad, another one not even mentioning it.
Who do you believe?
Yeah, and what are the real implications here? So many questions.
Definitely a lot to unpack still.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's tough, right?
really is.
On the one hand, you have the Manchester Evening News, and they're pushing pretty hard with this idea that Gabriel might be out for a while.
Yeah, and they really latch on to that concussion possibility.
Right, and that adds a whole other level of worry,
For sure, like with the head injury, you just never know.
Exactly.
Could be way longer than a muscle strain or something.
Totally. But then you have the Daily Star, And like we said, they don't even mention an injury.
Like it didn't even happen.
Yeah. It's almost like, were they even watching the same match?
It's really strange. I wonder if maybe they're downplaying it because they're so focused on the penalty decision.
That's a good point.
And that statement from the Premier League, maybe that's what they wanted to emphasize.
Right. And I guess that's the thing, isn't it?
What is?
Each of these outlets, they have their own agenda,
Oh, for sure.
their own angle,
Totally.
It's not like they're trying to give you this completely neutral account of everything that happened.
No way.
They pick and choose what to focus on,
Based on what?
what they think their audience will want to hear.
That's a great point. So how are we as fans supposed to sift through all this?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right. Like, how do we know what to believe?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think it takes a healthy dose of skepticism.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't just assume any one article is telling the whole truth.
Oh.
Look at where it's coming from, think about their biases, and then try to figure out what's the most likely scenario.
That's really good advice.
And sometimes,
Yeah.
as frustrating as it can be,
I know what you're going to say. You just got to wait for more information.
exactly.
There's nothing else you can do.
Arsenal's medical staff, they're the ones who really know what's going on.
Right.
And hopefully they'll put out a statement soon.
Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, I bet every Arsenal fan out there is glued to their phone.
Refreshing Twitter every 5 seconds.
Absolutely.
Hoping for an update. Okay, but speaking of the fans,
Yeah.
let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about the atmosphere at the match itself.
Oh man.
That Sports Mall article, I thought they did a great job of capturing all the excitement.
Especially that first half.
7 goals in 45 minutes.
It was like they squeezed an entire match worth of action into half the time.
crazy. You could almost feel the energy through the article.
It wasn't just that Arsenal was scoring either.
Right.
It was how they were scoring.
So much flair.
Creative, exciting, just relentless.
And we can't forget about West Ham. They didn't make it easy.
No, they put up a fight for sure.
Scoring those 2 goals back to back.
Yeah, it made it interesting. And I think that says something,
What's that?
about football.
Oh, yeah.
How unpredictable it can be.
Totally.
Like even when a team seems totally in control, things can flip in a second.
And that keeps us coming back for more, right?
Absolutely. The drama, the tension, the possibility that anything could happen
And in this match, all that unpredictability,
was made even bigger by the Gabriel injury.
it throws everything into question.
You said it. Because as exciting as that first half was,
As great as Arsenal played,
that potential loss of Gabriel for the Manchester United match, it's huge.
it hangs over everything.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, can Arsenal keep their momentum without him?
What will it do to their defense?
So many questions. It really does.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about what separates the top clubs from the rest.
Oh, yeah.
Not just the talent, but that resilience too.
Yeah, that ability to adapt when stuff goes wrong.
Like it's a whole other level of pressure they're under.
For sure, the stakes are so high
And one mistake can just snowball.
and affect things for weeks, months even.
And, let's be real for a second.
Okay.
That Manchester United match,
Massive.
huge for Arsenal.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just for bragging rights. Think about their league standing,
Yeah, a win. And they're really solidifying that top spot,
but a loss.
especially if they're missing key players.
Exactly.
Gives the other teams a chance to catch up.
And suddenly the whole title race looks different. It
Does it really?
If match counts every single point.
That's the truth.
So while we're waiting on news about Gabriel,
Yeah.
I think we can at least appreciate what we saw against West Ham.
Oh, for sure.
That potential, that attacking force.
I mean, come on. You can feel the belief in this squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a swagger,
You haven't seen that from Arsenal in a while.
Nope, not in a long time.
And you can feel that energy from the fans, too.
Oh, yeah.
Emirates was rocking.
Must have been something else to be there.
For that record-tying first half,
I bet.
even watching at home, you couldn't help but get caught up in it.
Shouting at the TV, probably.
Absolutely pure entertainment.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I think so. That passion,
The drama.
the shared experience.
It brings us all together as fans.
Doesn't matter if you support Arsenal, West Ham, whoever,
You got it.
it's that love of the game.
That unites us.
Exactly. And that's worth celebrating,
Couldn't agree more.
no matter who wins or loses.
Exactly.
Okay, but speaking of celebrating,
Yeah.
we got to give a shout out to Saka.
Oh, absolutely.
Phenomenal performance.
From goal, 2 assists.
Constant threat all game.
He's been incredible this whole season.
Stepped up his game.
Yeah. One of Arsenal's most important players, that's for sure.
And he's still so young.
Scary to think how good he could become.
He's the future.
For sure, symbol of hope for Arsenal fans.
Absolutely. Bright future ahead.
So, I think we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we have.
Broken down the key moments of the match.
Looked at the different perspectives from those articles.
And tackled the whole Gabriel injury situation.
Yeah, and we touched on some bigger ideas too.
Like what?
How football works, how we take in all this information.
And why it's important to think critically about it all.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I tried.
So hopefully everyone out there is feeling a little more informed.
Yeah, more engaged with the beautiful game.
Keep diving deep.
Keep those questions coming.
And never stop exploring, right? The sport has so much to offer.
I love it.
Who knows? Maybe next time we'll have good news about Gabriel.
Fingers crossed.
But until then,
Yeah,
stay curious, keep the conversation going
and we'll be back.
to unpack the next big football story.
Sounds good to me.
Thanks for tuning in to The Sound of Sport TV, where we bring you the latest sports news and the hottest beats to keep your energy high. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling updates. Until next time, stay tuned and stay sporty.